welcome to today's Daily Catch Devotional. Today we'll be in Proverbs 31, and before all the men continue scrolling, I encourage you guys to watch this, especially young single men who are seeking a wife. It's good to know what characteristics to look for in a wife. So we're going to just jump down to verse 10. An excellent wife who can find? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not harm all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and works willingly with her hands. She is like the ships of the merchant. She brings food from afar. She rises while it is yet night and provides food for her household and portions for her maidens. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hands, she plants a vineyard. She dresses herself in strength and makes her arms strong. She perceives that her merchandise is profitable. Her lamp does not go out at night. She puts her hands to the distaff and her hands to the spindle. She opens her hand to the poor and reaches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all of her household is clothed in scarlet. She makes bed coverings for herself. Her clothing is of fine linen and purple. Her husband is known at the gates when he sits among the elders. She makes linen garments and sells them. She delivers sashes to the merchants. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She looks well to the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also. He praises her. Many women have done excellently, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but the woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands and let her work and praise in the gates. So from the time that I was a very little girl, I have studied this passage. It's been one of my favorite passages in the Bible. I have always wanted to be a wife, and I was blessed with that this year. Very exciting. And so obviously you can ask my husband. I don't really meet all of this yet, but it is something that I continue to strive to be. And so I encourage, young single women, just married women, and even older women to continue to study this. And over the years, I've made notes just kind of out to the side of what a Proverbs 31 woman looks like, some characteristics that we can take with us. So first of all, she's trustworthy. Her husband trusts in her. Second, she's eager. She is out seeking land. She's seeking wool. She's seeking flax. She's purposeful. She provides food for her household. And she's a businesswoman. She is out there selling stuff, making stuff, which I think is awesome. That's something that I love to do. So that's a huge reason why I love this passage, is it encourages that. She's responsible. She's diligent. She's capable. She's very disciplined. She's compassionate. She reaches out her hand to the poor and to the needy. She's prepared. She's tidy. That is something that I definitely struggle with. I'm really, really working on the tidy part. And she's supportive. I think one of the biggest things that we can do as a wife for our husband is being supportive of our husbands. But coming to the end, she is humble. And lastly, she has a gentle tongue. And I think that is also something that I struggle with. I just asked my husband again, I don't have the most gentle tongue. And so I read this passage very often for really good reminders of how a wife should be. And I feel like often in the church, people outside looking in might think, oh, well, Christian women are just supposed to be home, just, doing this. And, they have nothing beyond being a wife. And when you look at this passage, you see that there is so much to being a wife. Making things, selling things, birthing children, raising those children. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing and special thing to be a woman and to be a wife. And so again, I just want to encourage the women in our church to study this passage and maybe pick a few of those, this year that we can work on. I know I have made a list of things that I really want to dive into this year as a wife. And so that is all I have. I'll pray for us today really quickly. And we're not praying anymore. Jordan's giving me the no. Okay, thank you for joining us today and have a blessed day.